So, I've been investigating and researching coaching for quite some time, but I never really had a time to actually action enough on it. And then came COVID. And right in the beginning of the lockdown period, someone contacted me in the Netherlands, who is a business coach that I know from some other contacts, and he offered me a week's free coaching as part of his 45th birthday. He offered free business coaching to 45 people. So, and it was quite worth a lot of money. And I say I've jumped on it because I suddenly had a lot of time to my disposal. And so I've been on this business coaching, and through this whole process, I've just rediscovered my passion and my calling and a longing to do something like what he was doing. But not really in a business coaching context, more in a life coaching context. So, and right after that, I started to research again to seek the best coaching training platforms. And I was very picky about it because a lot of coaching platforms out there is very humanistic and very new age orientated. And our non-negotiable criteria was it needs to be spirit-led, Bible-based, Jesus-centered. That was a non-negotiable for us. And to be honest with you, there's not a handful out there. So luckily, we've searched and we came across Destiny Coaching.
Yeah, for me, I remember very vividly during the lockdown, Hennie and I was lying in bed at night and discussing this, and he was saying to me, so if I had to do this life coaching thing and we would have to start a business, where would you see yourself in that? In that picture? And I said to him, oh, well, I'll just do the admin or the marketing or so on. And then he said to me, you know what, I think you really need to go pray about that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll pray about it. And the next day I went to have a quiet time, and I sat outside in our garden having a quiet time. And I just had this amazing experience of Jesus coming, sitting next to me, and he said to me that he wants me to enroll as well. And he wants me to become a coach as well. And I was like, what? Me, Lord? Are you sure? You've got the right person. And he said to me, yes. And he just started showing me this picture of my life journey and everything I've been through. I've done some counseling courses and some of my giftings and what he's called me for. And he gave me a vision at that time of I saw a woman with a very, very old, thick carpet over her head like this. And it was a dusty, old, stinky carpet. And I just saw how I lifted this carpet from her and she started radiating light out of her. And God said to me, that's what I'm calling you to do through this coaching. I'm calling you to set women free and restore their identities. So of course the finances was also a bit of a problem because at that time we weren't earning any salary. So this was a bit of a how are we going to do this, Lord? I said to God, do you realize for South African rand this is quite expensive to enroll 2 people? And God just said to me, don't worry, the money will be in your account when you need it. And so I went to Hennie and I said to him this, and we decided to enroll. And it was honestly the day that we had to register, the money was in our account and we were able to make the payment. So we just saw God in it from the start.
The reason why we picked Destiny Coaching was that we were looking for a training institution that is that offers a lot of good training tools and that can really equip you in the life coaching industry to set up a profitable business, etc. But the most important thing, that the content or the training material needed to be spirit-led and Jesus-centered and Bible-based. That was a non-negotiable for us, and we've researched a couple of options. There weren't a lot of options out there that fitted our criteria, and Destiny Coaching won in the end of the day as our preferred choice. So my feedback on the content of the course was, I have gained a lot of practical tools. That's very important for me. So what we do is, before we start a journey with a client, we do a proper analysis to really figure out what their needs are. And then we would tailor design a 10-session package for each and every client. So, and every person is different and it's got different needs. So the Destiny Coaching tools help us to gain enough tools in our toolbox to pick from that and to tailor design a package that is suitable for each individual client. So what I like about the Destiny Coaching is we weren't only taught one or two tools and one or two skills, but there were a lot of tools and a lot of different skills and a lot of things we can use, and we never run out of options. So we really have enough to our disposal to tailor a package for a client that really fits all their needs.
I think for me, it was definitely the identity and the impact. I still, before I do my coaching, I visualize the pictures that I saw during the coaching I received with the impact. So I think it was also, we enjoyed doing it together because we practiced on one another, and it was really special to share those moments with each other, to learn to know each other better. So the identity and the impact made a massive impact in my life, and I still go through the identity notes daily or often and meditate on it, and still visualize the impact pictures I saw. And I think that helps me to realize the authority that I have when I go into a coaching session. May I just add, we've had many people that has asked us about the course that we've done. So we've told a lot of people about Destiny Coaching and referred a lot of people to you. But I think what we've realized are there's many courses out there that's maybe like a weekend long or 2 or 3 weeks long or whatever, and we just realized only after we went through Destiny Coaching and we started comparing coaches out there to see what training they've had, and we've only realized afterwards what a complete package Destiny Coaching actually offers. We didn't realize that beforehand. We feel very well equipped, and I think that is part of what helped us come to a place where we feel the confidence of charging people money for our session, is because we know now that Destiny Coaching is a very complete course. There's so much that it offers. We feel very, very well equipped and well trained after going through the entire course. There were two very life-changing skills for us. The one is active listening, and the other one is the skill of asking powerful questions. I think those two skills changed our lives. It deepened our relationship, and our poor children get coached all the time now. They cannot ask anything and they will be coached about it. So we bring in our coaching, the skill to ask powerful questions all the time in our family life, and the active listening. And that has also made a massive impact in our relationships, friendships, family, and so on. So those two skills were really, to us, life-changing skills.
I would agree with Susan. I think those are the two main skills. I'm a natural teacher with a teaching gift and teaching ability, so I'm naturally inclined to tell people what to do. But the coaching journey helped me, instead of telling someone what they need to do, is asking very strategic, powerful questions so that they can come to a solution themselves, which is in the end sometimes much more powerful because they take ownership of their own idea that they come up with, and that makes it much more powerful. Yes, some of the amazing breakthroughs that I've witnessed, my niches and the markets that I feel called to as people that's burned out, especially men that is burned out, to be more specific. So a lot of men are either referred to me or they hear from us through Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever. And when they reach me in the beginning of their coaching business, in the beginning of their coaching journey, their symptoms are that they are extremely tired. There's no vision, there's no passion. They are at a place of desperation. They don't mean much to their family or their colleagues or their business. They're not motivated, and they're really just in a very tough spot, desperate, so to say. So, and then taking them on a 10-week journey through a whole process, and even from the second or the third session, even to see them slowly but surely starting to come alive, is something amazing to witness. And you guys can go and check out all the testimonies on our website. There are multiple stories of people that testify in the end they're good to go. They feel alive. They feel much more passionate. They've got direction. They are much more focused. They feel they are a much better employee now and a much better dad to their kids and a spouse. And we've received testimony after testimony of that. And that's quite encouraging to witness.
Wow. Also, it's difficult to choose. I just, at the top of my head, I'm thinking I had a girl last year. She came to see me specifically because she had an eating disorder, and that is my background as well. And I've said that I, like to coach girls with eating disorders. And the transformation that I saw within 10 weeks was just incredible, how she really got a hold of this thing and she thrived. Now, I had a check-in session with her last week and she's at such a good place. And it took me many years to heal from an eating disorder, and I could see that healing happen within 10 weeks in her life. And that was transformational for me to see, and what an impact I could have on that girl. And another girl that came to see me as well, that she had very bad experience at school, and she was having panic attacks, and she was also at a really bad place. And she keeps on saying, when she fills in a wheel of life, it's all like 8s and 9s and 10s, where before it was 1s and 2s. So the growth over 10 weeks were just exceptional. I'm thinking we do marriage coaching as well. So we had a couple that came to us last year. At the end of last year, they were ready to throw in the towel with their marriage. They were just at the end of it. And now they are at a place they're thriving. They're absolutely thriving. I think if they had to measure, we've put together a marriage wheel, and they measured then everything was between 3 and 5 out of 10. Now the marriage wheel is at 8 and 9s. So just to see that growth is phenomenal, and to get the feedback from the married couple, how much more they're enjoying each other, how well it's going in their marriage. So yeah, those things are fantastic.
The personal transformation that I've experienced through the training, and even now after the training in running our own business, is before we've even started with the coaching journey, I was in a business that I love and that I liked, but my passion pot was not really overflowing for various reasons. And the coaching process, because as the son said earlier, we've done all the practical on each other. So there's a lot of practical exercises throughout the training, and Susan was the one that I've done my practical on, and I was the one that she did a practical on. So we've been coaching each other quite extensively over through a period of 12 months through the training. So that in itself was transformational, because we were forced in a friendly way to rethink a lot of our things in our lives, our destiny, our purpose, our passions, etc., etc. And now after the training, having a business where we really see transformation, where we really see people's lives change, is so energizing for me, and my passion pot runs over. And just to give you a practical testimony of that, I'm an introvert by personality, and I don't necessarily feel in a lot of social environments, so I refuel on my own. But just recently, we were on holiday, and I was the one initiating to have friends over, and not feeling drained after having all the friends over, because my passion part is so full through what I do through the coaching, and being in the right business and right fit for what I've been designed to do.
And I feel so sorry for Hennie, because I'm not the easiest coach. I give him a lot of grief.
Yeah, she's a very tough client.
So I gave him a lot of practice on a tough coaching. This is typical of our marriage, and he would say something and I would be mad at him and walk away and think actually he's right and I need to change. So this is what happened time and time again in our coaching sessions. I would give him a hard time, and then afterwards I would think, wow, that was really powerful. This has really impacted me. So yes, it really did make a massive difference to me in my relationships. It made a difference in my relationship with God. It made a difference in my relationship with myself, understanding my identity, my purpose, my vision, where I'm going. It was a massive time of growth, spiritually, mentally, and relationally, and I am actually so grateful we did this during the COVID time, because I just realized the world was facing devastation, and so many people lost hope and lost so much during that time, and we were fed all the time through this on-demand information. We were fed with our spirits and our souls the whole time. So people kept on commenting, how could you be so joyful and so hopeful and so during the COVID time, especially with the travel business that was, most injured during the COVID. So people kept on mentioning, how could you keep so alive and full of faith? And I really believe that coaching was the reason for it, because we kept on focusing on pushing through with the training, and that made a massive impact for us. I think we both feel that God's probably going to release us more in public speaking. Maybe our dream would love to be to publish my husband's book. And just to impact churches and individuals alike. So
for people consider taking this training, if you looking for a very quick fix, just to get a quick certificate on your CV, this is not the right course for you, because this is a very intensified, very thorough course that will give you a very good qualification with a lot of skills and tools. Secondly is, if you're looking for a course that is biblically based, Holy Spirit led and Jesus centered, then you can stop your research because you're at the right place. That's what I would tell someone that is interested in taking this course.
As I said, I've actually had many people come to me and ask me where did I study and why we chose Destiny Coaching. And this is what we come back to all the time, is to say that it's spirit-led, it's biblically based, it's Jesus-centered, it's very thorough, it's very, very, you feel very equipped and well-trained to walk out there with confidence, that you can be a good life coach after you've done this course.